One of my favorite fifth wheel and fifth wheel toy hauler manufacturers is having a major problem. And even though I'm super confident that they will handle this in a professional and timely manner, I believe that consumers that already own one of their rigs or possibly going to buy one in the near future deserve to know what's going on. So welcome to HB RV Lifestyle, the podcast. I'm the host, the Honey Badger, here to give it to you straight and transparent about the RV business, as well as other things. And the company we're going to talk about is Alliance RV. They are absolutely hands down one of my favorite fifth wheel manufacturers. If you want the full story about it, I'll give it to you another day. But we'll just say that I've been a fan of the owners of that company for a very long time, way back when they started Heartland RV. I'm not talking about when Thor bought it. I'm talking about the old Heartland RV. I was a huge fan. And I'm a huge fan of what they do. So I want that very clear. I'm not here to beat up Alliance RV and talk crap or anything of that nature, okay? Because I've noticed when I talk horribly about Brinkley and leaks and seals and problems, when I talked about frame problems that turned into there's a class action lawsuit on that with Grand Design. It's like owners of those rigs lost their mind. I'm hoping in this podcast episode we see something different from Alliance RV owners. Now, one thing I would say, if Greg Carson is watching this, Greg, if you end up with this problem, please video it because you will post it and tag me in it so that way I can actually tag your video on it if it happens to you. The reason why I say that, folks, is even though I know the background of Alliance RV and the owners and everything else, the folks that shared this information with me, and there was more than 40, okay, the videos that they sent me, the emails they sent me this stuff in confidence because their fear is that any RV manufacturer, if it's exposed that they're talking to me or Liz Amazing or Greg or whoever it may be, that they're not going to get their rig fixed, that they've invested all their money and all their effort and all their time to get into this lifestyle and they got so much on the line, they just don't want to rock the boat. So they tell me this stuff in confidence. So whether it's Brinkley RV, Forest River, Coachman, Grand Design, Alliance, Genesis, when people send me this information, it is absolutely 100% confidence, meaning I am not going to share their names, their emails, their videos, anything. So let's get into the problem. This is a very common problem right now, specifically on the Valor and the Paradigm, if I'm got those two correct. And it's any rig. This is any rig. This is any floor plan. It's like mixture of floor plans. Some are bath and a half, some are one bath, etc. You already can guess. It has something to do with the bathroom. Right now, what they're experiencing is they're experiencing major leaks coming out of the shower. Now, how it has been described by half of the people that I've read their email or read their direct message or seen their video is it started out very small, very unnoticeable. In fact, one story that came from a customer that owns a Paradigm is they took it down to an Alliance RV repair facility or dealership while they were full-timing, traveling the country, having a good time. And it started out as this very small little leak. And the service department over at this dealership told them, oh, it's just condensation. Oh, it's just kind of, excess water that may have not come out of the shower. We'll tighten up the P-trap, we'll tighten this up a little bit and should solve the problem. 4 weeks later, as they're traveling down the road, all of a sudden, as soon as they run the shower, their bathroom is full of water. Okay? I mean, how they described it was as like The Shining. When the elevator opened up and all the blood came out, said that's water. Okay? I'm seeing that a very common problem on 2024 so far is the main year model I'm getting on this. I've had a couple people report a 2025. This isn't something where it's hundreds of people yet, but we're talking about 40 plus people have reported this on Valor and Paradigm, And I can't really narrow it down to a floor plan or one rig that's being built or even a month the rig was built. But one thing I will throw out there is if you guys are a fan of Crappy RV, which I like him, he's awesome. If you remember, he owns an Alliance, and he was having shower problems not that long ago. What was it, about 2 years ago? So there's something going on in the way things are being put together in that shower. I don't know what it is. I haven't seen one in person. I'm trying to get a couple people to let me see it in person so I can video it, but people are very sensitive. And I understand that. I really do. I understand that. So, but I'm going to say this again. One of the common denominators that I have found that these folks have said is it started small. I'm going to say that again. It started small. It started looking like a little drip leak coming out of the bottom of the shower, or the bottom of the shower pan, or the bottom of the cabinet linen closet area. It didn't start out big. It started out very, very small. So here's what I'm going to recommend to everybody. If you own a Paradigm, you own a Valor, and you're experiencing this, like you're starting to see little leaks come out of the shower, little leaks come out of the cabinet or the linen closet area next to the shower, you need to contact Alliance immediately and report it. If we can get enough people, and this is what I keep telling folks, if we get enough people to call Alliance directly about this, they'll go to work and figure out what the problem is. And then more than likely, they'll put out, if it's something that they've seen across the board, that's maybe a fitting, or maybe a set of piping that they use, or maybe everybody was having a bad day and drinking too much at the factory. I mean, whatever the case may be, they'll get it fixed. They'll get it right. Okay. But don't wait until it turns into the shining elevator. Okay. Don't let a service department who's buried in just shit just tell you, oh yeah, we'll just fasten this and fasten that and it'll be good. Okay. It needs to be a deeper look, because that's how it started in the majority of these emails, as something, oh, it's something we barely noticed. And I had some folks that told me they never even took it to a service department. They just figured it was normal. They were not leveled properly, things of that nature. And then boom, it's crazy. Just absolutely nuts. Okay. Again, very confident that they're going to handle this. Why am I speaking on it? Most people are going to go, why are you speaking on it if you're confident about it? Because it's just like the cracks in the Brinkley fiberglass, right? So let's talk confident about Brinkley. I know Brinkley fixed the fiberglass cracking, okay? But let's just look at it from this perspective. Is it easier to talk about it, tell you what's going on, you see the first signs of it, and you catch it early? It's like when you start feeling your allergies come on. Is it better to wait until you have a full-blown allergy attack, or take the allergy medicine right away as soon as you start feeling the symptoms, right? So the reality is if you catch it early, then the major part of the problem, like, more than likely doesn't happen. Or if it does happen, you already kind of know, okay, it started out small. I know what to look for. If I start hearing this noise or that noise, boom, it's going to be done, okay? Now, that's a great segue into something else, okay? I wrote an article that talks about the human element of the RV industry and the RV world. And I really, really would like you to go to my Facebook page, Levingston RV Services, join it. I write articles there all, probably twice a week. Check it out, because you know what? I've had some people reach out to me and tell me that it's something that will make you think about how the world really works. Okay. I know, short episode, right? So until next time, remember, RV stands for toolkit and sense of humor, folks.